Hey everyone, it's Rebecca Ruber here with Inside the Ring, and today on the show we have a 22-year-old boxer who was born in Union City, New Jersey, but was raised in Puerto Rico. He's continuing to build his name in the ring and has a record of 14 wins, 0 losses, and 2 draws, 12 by way of knockout. We have Joseph Blessed Hands Adorno. Welcome to the show, Joseph, and thanks so much for joining me.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing? How you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good, just ready to fight.
Well, I would love to start with you from the very humble beginnings. When did you pick up your first pair of gloves and why?
To be honest, I don't know when it was, but I just know it was my father used to box. He used to box out back in Puerto Rico. And, they, like, from the pictures I seen and stuff like that, and I was pretty young, like a year or two, just with boxing gloves on. It was like pretty big gloves, so they have plenty of pictures of me. So, I guess it just runs in the family, to be honest.
Well, speaking of which, I know that your father co-manages and co-trains you along with Robert Garcia, who was known as the Boxing Writers Association of America's 2012 Trainer of the Year. So how did you end up connecting with someone like Robert Garcia? How did that happen?
So actually, it was through Robert Garcia's son.
Oh, how did that happen?
He seen me I posted a video of me on, one of the fights I had, was just 16 years old. I went to the National Golden Gloves and was competing against grown men.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first night I gave a crazy knock. Sorry for the light. This light is just turns on and off by itself. I don't know why.
I don't know. It's a little spooky for around Halloween weekend. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know why it does that. So yeah, I posted a video first night, gave a crazy knockout. Second night for the 27-year-old, dropped them, stopped them as well. And it just, in that tournament, a lot of fans, a lot of fans got to know me better. I was posting on Instagram, stuff like that. I was only 16 years old, so I wasn't big on networks and stuff like that. So he seen me, he seen the videos, reached out to me. We sat down and we talked, and from there, that's how it all worked out.
Well, I feel like even though boxing is known as one of the loneliest sports in the world, I feel like it really does take a village to create a fighter. And I think that the relationship between a boxer and his coach and his corner in general is really important. So the first time you met Robert Garcia, did you know right away that you guys were going to hit it off and that you guys were going to have a very successful career going forward?
To be honest, the first time I met him, I didn't notice. Why? Because I was shy.
Oh, okay.
So I was a little nervous. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what the plans are, what we're doing. So it was something new. I never had such a great person, with a big name next to me, just talking to me one-on-one. So it felt like a little awkward. I was shy. I wasn't talking much.
Mm-hmm.
But within the years, and months that passed by, you got to see the development and stuff like that.
So that was 6 years ago, and a lot has happened in the past 6 years. If you can go back in time and talk to your 16-year-old self, would there be any words of advice you give yourself, or would you kind of want to keep things the way they turned out today?
I mean, I'll tell myself, don't lose the hunger like I did. Tough times, tough things, and tough times are gonna come through,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna happen. You just gotta keep pushing, and mistakes I did, with boxing. I lost the love for it. Lost a lot of love for it. Wasn't training right, proper way. So I'll tell myself to just keep yourself focused and motivated, and things will work out for you better.
So you feel like you pretty much burnt out at one point in your boxing career? Was this amateur or pro?
Yeah, it was. Well, to be honest, it started as I started boxing at 6 years old. That was my first fight, 6 years old, out in Puerto Rico. So I've been boxing. I had no infant life. I was always training. Because boxing is a all year round sport. So I seen friends go to parks, go to pools with their family, enjoy the time with family and stuff. While me, I was in the gym losing weight for tournaments, doing all this stuff. So when I got to the age of 16, I told my dad and my mom, I said, "Yo, I don't want to do this no more. Either I'll go pro or I'm done doing it." because, at 16, that's when all my friends were going out, hanging out, that's when things started getting, it's fun.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Is
know,
there?
and then
Oh no, keep going, keep going. I have a
and
question.
then for me, it was just like, oh, Joseph, let's go here. Oh, I gotta go train. Oh, I can't because I gotta do this. Oh, I can't because I fight in the morning, so I gotta keep training. So,
Mhm.
it was like getting to me.
Yeah.
But that's why. So I told my mom, I was like, yo, mom, if either I quit or because I don't feel like I didn't have the love for it, and I was in the amateurs.
Wow. So do you think there was a moment of time where you were either in the ring or you were reflecting back on your amateur career and you realized like this was what you were meant to do? You were meant to go pro and have a long-standing career in the ring?
Yeah, because mm, even though I always said, I never had a goal on going to the Olympics because my
Was
style
that?
of boxing, I know my style of boxing wasn't an Olympian
Okay.
boxing.
Mhm.
I'm more of a pro fighter, but you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
different. You know how there's gold medalists that don't make nothing in pro boxing?
very true. Yeah.
I had to wait for the 2020 Olympics in order to go.
Oh, wow.
So I had to wait 4 more years. So I told my mom, I just can't do it. 4 more years of just this without getting paid. Like, just I'd rather just go pro.
Yeah.
And I thank myself for making that decision because look what happened with the 2020 Olympics. They got pushed back.
Yeah.
And they hand selected the fighters to go to the Olympics.
Yeah. One of the people I just interviewed was Antonio Morales, and he was
Yeah.
telling me that, at this point, he's like, I want to go pro because I want to start getting paid for this. He's put
Yeah.
in so much time, so much blood, sweat, tears. You guys deserve it.
It's like you train as a pro for the amateurs and you're not getting paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not everyone's dream to go to the Olympics. That's actually interesting that we talked about that because I want to transition into you going from amateurs to pros. Do you feel like your style has changed a lot since going pro, or do you feel like you were saying, you always kind of fought like a pro fighter, so there really wasn't any need for improvements?
Uh I always fought like a pro fighter, to be honest. I was a little kid, I had a lot of stoppages. I had 65 knockouts
Wow.
as an amateur. So, but yeah, it got to a point where I feel like I was stuck with the same like training.
Hmm.
And and within years, it's been years of my career, of the same training, same training, same training. So like I said, in the amateurs, I was getting bored of it.
Hmm.
Once I turned pro, everything changed. I had that hunger, I was only 17, with the best car, in my city, basically going to school in a Mercedes, this stuff. So,
Hmm.
I was, the hunger was there,
Yeah.
but it got to a point where I didn't see a change with myself.
And
My
how do you
last three
think you
fights.
achieved that though? How do you think, how did you shift from not having motivation besides the monetary reasons? What do you think motivated you on the inside to push you to where you are today?
The motivation I had was just, I had brothers, just looking up to me. I
Mhm.
had brothers look up to me. I had a lot of people behind me, my family and stuff. And it got me to where I'm at right now. But within years, I think it was like what 2 or 3 years ago, I was having problems, with my dad training and stuff. So it wasn't the same.
Mhm.
So then that bad energy from the amateur started coming back.
And how did you fix that? Did you have to fix that within yourself, or was there a lot of communication between people on your team and you to make it right between both of you?
Not really, to be honest. It was just communication with my mom. That was the only person I was talking to and telling her how I feel and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because I get along more with my mom. Me and my mom, we could hang out, we go to a club together and have fun. That's how close we are.
I love
So
that.
so I was just talking to her how I feel and stuff, and it was just like since how you said, my dad was my co-manager plus trainer.
Mhm.
So it's like I can't talk to a manager about anything because that's my dad.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the person I was just having like bumping heads with a lot.
Mhm.
So going to the gym every day wasn't the same. It was just like I'm just here to just train and leave. That's it.
Mhm.
I didn't have no love again. And that was my last 3 fights was like this. I was
Wow.
basically training myself, not training the proper way, um, not running, saying I did run when I didn't.
Mhm.
And so,
With
and then with my last fight, I only trained 2 weeks for the fight. And it was a big fight.
wow, yeah.
And I only trained 2 weeks. And, I told myself after that fight, I said, I gotta, if I want to stay in the sport and make it to the next level, I gotta make a change.
Has there, since this whole experience and the drama that you've had within, has your mom given you any solid piece of advice, or has there been something that you learned that you can take positive out of this experience that you could share with the listeners?
Uh, my mother told me straight up. She said, "I've been seeing it. I didn't want to tell you because it was your father, but you had to been do what you did. You had to been you had to go look for change
Mhm.
because in your face, I see it in your face. You go, you don't want even want to go to the gym. You go to the gym late and you want to leave early.
Mhm.
So so we made the change. I now have a great team, new coach for this upcoming fight. I'm training down here in Florida. So and I'm surrounding myself around big prospects. So now they pushing me.
How did you get into contact with your new team?
Oh, with my new team, I'm real close to Christopher Diaz Pitufo.
Mhm.
And, we used to train out there in Philly before or Jersey, Cherry Hill. And and me and him basically have not the same style, but similarities
Mhm.
to the style we fight. And and ever since he came down here to train out here, I've seen a crazy change with him and like the way he fights, and now he's moving and now he's making them miss and this and that. And I'm just like, yo, I'm the only one that's just stuck, just being me all the time. I need to change. So I reached out to him and he told me, yo, we ready. Whenever you want to come, just come and just talk to my coach. So that's what I did.
And how long have you been training with them now?
This is my 4th week right now training with them
Wow.
because we got a short notice fight, and I was like I said, my last fight was in April,
Mhm.
but after that fight, I wasn't training at all.
Yeah. Do you think
Why?
that you
Because I
needed that
was,
break, but like from April to now to kind of like reassess where you're at in your career and then end up finding the team that you have now?
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, the break I needed, yes, but I should have stood in the gym.
Mm.
Like I know I should have stood in the gym, but the only gym where I'm from is my dad's, and I didn't want to be in that spot. I didn't
Okay.
want to go to that gym.
Yeah.
So I was just at home doing nothing, eating all the time. Just going through the stuff I was going through. I wanted to change, but I didn't know what to do.
Mhm.
So it just got to a point where I told him, I was talking to my new coach, Nelson Rodriguez, and when my matchmaker sent me the fight that I talked to him and he said, let's do it.
And what difference have you seen in yourself as a fighter in these past 4 weeks since training with your new team?
Well, as a fighter, I see a lot. I wake up earlier than the actual time we have to go train. I
Wow.
wake up early. Before I used to not run.
Mhm.
I used to run by minutes. So I'll do 30 minutes, but I'll probably do like 1 mile in 30 minutes.
Oh,
And
wow.
now we run by miles. So it's different. I see a whole different me. Now I'm moving around more. Because I always used to fight. I'll take a shot to give my shot.
Mhm.
So now they moving me around, changing all that, fixing. We have short camp, so we can't really do much. But with the short camp we have, I see a big difference already. So I'm just excited.
And do you feel like, looking back on your last fight, what is one major thing besides changing your team, which was a pretty big deal, was a pretty big
Yeah.
change? What is something that you fixed of yourself in the ring that we're going to see on Friday night?
Or just not standing still. I used to like I really didn't. I don't like watching my fights
Mhm.
because I just get anxious. Like I should have done this. I should have done this. I should have done that.
Yeah.
So I don't really like watching my fights. But my new coach made me sit down and watch the fight. So I'm just like, damn. I was like hot, sweating. And I'm like, I don't like seeing this. So, a lot of things that I was doing is just standing in front of him without jabbing, no head movement, or just there taking shots to give my shot, like I was saying.
Mhm.
So, so it's gonna be a lot of improvements. You guys will see November 5th.
I think it's good though that your new team is getting you out of your comfort zone, making you do things that necessarily you weren't doing before. And I'm really excited to kind of see the results of these past 4 weeks, which I feel like on average, wouldn't a fight camp be like 8 weeks? I mean, 4 weeks kind of
Yeah, yeah,
seems, but
yeah.
it was short
It's
notice,
always
right?
8 weeks. It's always 8 weeks of training camp. But like I said, we got a short call. We
Mhm,
just took the fight. I wasn't doing nothing regardless. So I talked to the coach. I said, "You think we could do it in 4 weeks?" He
mhm.
said, "I believe in you. Do you believe in yourself?" And just with those words, I said, "Hell yeah, I do." So I just came down here.
That's awesome. Now, we were talking about your new team. I wanted to talk a little bit about your younger brother, Jeremy, who's 5-0 with 1 win by knockout. Do you guys still train together or do you guys now train separately?
Yeah, now we train separately. He chose his own road. I chose my road. We still talk every day, no matter what. But Jeremy right there, that kid's a beast, bro. Like people gotta people gotta respect him. He's a way talented fighter than I. We had our last fights, we both only trained for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And Jeremy's a guy that I'm not lying, you could call our manager or top rank. Jeremy says, I don't want no easy fights. I want undefeated fighters, and I'm gonna just beat them up. I don't want no easy fights. And he was supposed to fight a guy that was 3-0
Mhm.
for this fight coming up. The guy just pulled out yesterday.
No
So
way.
now they're looking for a new opponent. But the guy just pulled out on him. And he's just like, I don't want to fight a bum. I just don't want to fight somebody that I'm gonna beat easy.
That's boxing. You never know what the next day holds. Always something
Yeah,
new. You always have to be ready for the worst case scenario.
I know.
Do you look at your brother and see your like a little bit of you and him, or do you guys have completely different fighting styles?
Yeah, we have completely different fighting styles. He's southpaw. I'm not. He's a boxer, counter puncher. I'm just I just go forward and just go, and I got power in both hands. I'm not saying he doesn't have power, but you can see it like in the records and stuff. He's more of a slick fighter. If he could beat you with a jab, he gonna beat you with the jab, and that's it. He doesn't care about the knockout.
Was there a
So
professional was there a professional fighter you grew up watching that you feel like you kind of took their style and made it your own?
uh, it's funny you just say this because no, my favorite fighter was Floyd. He's a boxer.
Hmm.
It's like I'm not a boxer. I'm a brawler. But that was my favorite fighter. Because the sport of boxing is hit and I get hit.
Hmm.
But just me, the way I fight, that was not the way I fight. And if I try to do that in fights, I don't know how to do it yet. And that's what we're working on now: movements and hit, and I get hit.
Hmm. Have you met a professional fighter that um, has really influenced you in general in your career? Any words of advice that they've given that has really stuck with you?
Yeah, I have multiple fighters, because I've been, I spar with world champs and stuff like that. So, they always tell me little stuff, little tricks that I pick up on. Sometimes I do forget about them, but sometimes when I do it, I'm like, yo, I remember that he told me this, and that. So, yeah, there's a lot of fighters. And, right now, like I said, I'm in camp with Christopher Diaz. So,
Mhm.
he pushes me. And like, let's say I'm jumping rope and talking, he warns me, yo, shut up, you fight soon. Just work.
I want to quickly go back to discussing your last fight. Is a rematch something that you could see in the future between
Uh
you and
I
Ortiz?
feel like in a rematch, he knows I'll stop him. I only trained for 2 weeks, and look what I did. Everybody knew I was gassed out. Seventh round, I had no power, and I hit him with an uppercut, knocked him out. He was because they took that knockout from me. That's a knockout. I look at it as a knockout.
You didn't see it as a
But
slip at all, or like a little bit off bounds?
nah, if you see the punch, he just fell straight forward into the ropes. If the ropes wasn't there and this fight was in the middle of the ring, he was gonna fall regardless on the floor. In the sauna, just sitting down with my coach. we get a call for the rematch.
Get out.
November 20th, pay-per-view. We said, hell yeah. He
And
didn't take the fight.
was there any reason why in particular?
I don't know. My manager called me back. He said, yep, he didn't take the fight. I said, all right. So we still on November 5th.
Okay. I mean, do you think, even with your belief that you could beat him, especially now with your new team, your new mindset, do you think that we could see that possibly in 2022? Would you still be down by 2022 to have this fight?
I'm down to have a fight with him and the other guy I had to draw with.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy I had to draw with, I was supposed to fight him as well. He didn't take the fight. They just know that wasn't, you know, everybody know that wasn't me 100%. Like I said, I was having trouble those 2 camps. I was having trouble with my trainings,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and now I'm just here and they push me. I got to train every day like a monster.
Well, I mean, we can look back on the past all we want, but right now I want to talk about the future, which is November 5th.
Yes.
At Virgin Resort Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. Do you know the name of who you are facing on Friday? Because I have tried to look it up and I cannot find out who it is.
I don't know his name at all.
So you haven't even been able to look at any tape or be able to kind of see what his style is?
No. I think my coach did, because that's another thing about me. I don't like looking at tapes of people fighting. Why?
Why?
Because he might fight away that fight, and then when he's gonna fight me, he probably do something else. Yeah, I like to just figure it out myself and then just go from there. You know, I let my coach do that. You know, I'll let him do that stuff, and you know, he trains me and he just tells me, yo, whenever he throws this, you're gonna do this, this, and this, and that's what we're working on. You know, whatever happens. But you know, me especially, I don't like watching tapes. Why? I don't know why. I just get like anxious.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then I don't want to expect him to come in one way and then he comes another way. So, you know, I'd rather just see how he comes in the day of the fight.
Well, those past 2 fights where you really weren't feeling 100% yourself.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Were you able to like emotionally disconnect and be able to still hear your corner? Or at that point, were you kind of just fending for yourself and just listening to only you and what you thought was right in the moment?
Yeah, that was a mistake I was making, you know, just listening to myself. And I was just saying to myself, you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that 7th round when I did catch him with the uppercut, I said, it is what it is. You know, I'm going to just go out there and just box. If I lose, I lose.
Huh.
You know, I just had that negative energy on me. Why? Because I knew I didn't train right. And I just didn't have much to give.
Well, if you could describe November 5th's fight in one word, what would that be?
Different.
Different. That's very ambiguous, and I'm very ready to see what that word different means come fight night. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this past weekend's fight, Stevenson versus Herring. What were your thoughts on the fight?
You know, I on the stoppage, I was surprised. I thought the fight was gonna go all 12 rounds, but you know, when he stopped him, I was like, whoa. But you know, I knew Stevenson was gonna outbox him no matter what. You know, just the style. His generalship inside the ring is just crazy.
Do you think what do you think Jamel Herring could have done maybe to win some more rounds against Stevenson in that fight?
He just had to put the pressure. You know, pressure like he was doing later rounds, even though Shakur was still getting the better part of it. Mm-hmm. He was making it easier, not getting hit so much when he was on the inside.
Yeah.
But you know, Shakur's just a beast.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think Stevenson should fight next after this fight?
I mean, it should be Valdez. Valdez said until he gets a belt. So you know, I think it'll be the fight to make unification.
Yeah, definitely. So another fight I want to talk about, a fight that I've gotten a lot of shit for the past few weeks from people. The Rollies versus Tank fight, December 4th or 5th. What are your feelings on that fight? Do you feel like it's a fight worth pay-per-view? Do you feel like it's a fight worth watching at all?
Of course, we're gonna watch it because we all want to see Rolly get knocked out. But you know, pay-per-view, I don't know about that. You know, pay-per-view is like, I don't know, a fight. You know, but you know, that's dumb. I know it's pay-per-view because of Tank, not because of Rolly. Mm-hmm. But I said, I mean, he probably could do something, because boxing is boxing, it's just one punch could drop you and knock you out.
Oh, all right. Before we conclude, like I was telling you previously, we're going to play a 1-minute speed round game. I'm going to ask you a bunch of different questions, and you just answer them off the top of your head. Again, this is called Unboxing the Boxer. Okay? If you weren't a pro fighter, what could you picture yourself doing?
Baseball player or architect.
Favorite sports team?
Red Sox, Celtics, and Boston.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, damn. Food, I got a lot.
All right,
like
you weigh in, you get to eat something after. What are you eating? What are you going for?
I'm going for a nice baconator with cheese and, oh my God, with some fries and a large Pepsi.
A double baconator or a son of baconator?
A triple double with baconator fries.
Oof, wait, are you gonna get a Frosty?
Yeah, vanilla Frosty so I could dip my nuggets in.
Yeah, of course. That's how it is. That's the only way you can eat a Frosty. Favorite movie?
Favorite what?
Movie.
What's this movie called? I forgot about it. Oh, Bad Boys.
Oh, okay, classic. Favorite musical artist?
I got right now Meek Mill, Lil Baby, and then Spanish Bad Bunny, Mike Towers.
Okay. Favorite boxer at the moment besides yourself?
Canelo.
Canelo. Okay. Biggest fear?
Heights.
That's a good one. Favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Thing that annoys you the most?
Annoying people.
Annoying people. Well, what can someone do to annoy you?
Like they just keep on talking and they don't shut up. Like if you ask me something and I already answered you, why you keep on asking me or trying to still figure out? Like I already told you what's up. That's it. Go.
Okay, I feel like that one was like a little bit subliminal to someone, but we're gonna go to the next question.
No. I'm saying as in like, let's say I'm right here, right, and somebody tells me, yo, what time we leaving? And I tell you we leaving at 4, and then don't come back. I say, yo, what time we gotta go? I just told you at 4. Like, why you even like? I get mad quickly. Like I'm a Gemini, so I get mad. I could be happy with you. Okay. I just get mad.
You had me at Gemini. Favorite store to shop in? Any type of store?
Full Lager.
Full Lager, okay.
Yeah, I just love shoes.
All right. If you had a first job, what was it?
I was working at a pizzeria.
Okay. Were you making the pizza or were you in the front?
I was making the pizza. Like
okay.
I know how to make good pizza. Like I used to throw it up and all and catch it and stuff like that.
Was this when you were living in Pennsylvania or?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was 16. Yeah, I was 16.
So I was gonna say you know how to make a good pizza. Okay, I'll trust you.
Yeah, I do. Every time I go to a pizzeria, I'll be like, yo, can I make one, please? They don't let me, but.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. The worst thing they could say is no.
Yeah, exactly.
Favorite song at the moment?
At the moment.
Something you have on replay.
It's a new artist coming up, Lual. So it's a song that he has with Farruko that I just play all over. Guerrero.
Okay. I haven't heard of that one yet, so I have to look that up.
Yeah, just a song that motivates me like in a different way. For this camp, it was just out of nowhere. I just play and I get motivated.
If you have a middle name, what is it?
Mar.
What?
Mar.
M-A-R?
Yeah.
Like the planet, but without the S?
Yes.
And I'm very curious, where did this come from?
I don't know. I asked my mom the same thing. I don't know why. She just said it goes. She said if you say your name, it goes fluently. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
Okay, that works. I like different middle names. I wouldn't have expected that. Yeah. Why did you like it? I wouldn't expect.
I didn't expect you to ask me that. Like that's weird.
You're not the first one to look shook when I've asked that question, though. So
yeah, I'm like, no, middle name. Not everybody asks me for that.
One superpower you would like to have?
Invisible.
Favorite snack?
Snack. Popcorn.
and country you would love to visit.
Mexico. If
You've
it's a
never
country,
been?
I don't know if it's a country. I'm kind of
Um,
slow. I
wait,
don't know
what
if
did you say?
Mexico is a country.
Did you just ask if Mexico's a country?
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Yes, Mexico is a country. Well, all right. Your last question for today. What is your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
I don't know if I right now, like the way I'm going, I don't know, probably like living in California, with my kid, just enjoy life like every athlete, every successful athlete.
Mhm.
Just see myself that world champion, of course, just happy of life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me on Inside the Ring. I really appreciate your time. Right now, if you have any social media things you want to plug, your fight you want to plug, this is the time to do it right now.
No, thank you for having me. Had a good time, got to laugh. I never had this much fun in an interview. But yeah, November 5th, ESPN tune in, another great test for me with a guy that's 21-3, I believe,
Oh, wow.
from Argentina. Don't really know his name. I just know that info. But you can follow me on Instagram, real Joseph Adorno. And just show the world what I'm made of.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and we'll talk soon. Best of luck.
Thank you.